Yeah, Wagwan, Wagwan. This yours truly, brother Noopsy in the building. This is the Sports Time Zone Wednesday night out of bounds. My producer, DJ in the building, Q the beat was good.
What's good? Y'all know what it is. Hit that button at the bottom, like subscribe, all that good old good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Follow us, share us with your friends. Also follow us on the IG right here at the bottom. Sports time underscore zone. Hit us up.
Sports Time underscore zone. Y'all know what it is. Make sure y'all lock in. Also, make sure y'all hit that like, share, subscribe. Y'all know how we do on Wednesdays, though. This is the Wednesday Out of Bounds show. For those of y'all who know, we're a sports podcast, but we're not just all about sports. We also tackle some of the current events, some of the news stories, some of whatever's going on in the world. We got you covered. And not only do we got you covered, today we got a very, very, very special guest that's joining us, coming to the stage. I want to make sure I do this justice. She is an urban therapist, social media personality, a content creator, activist, a mother, a daughter, and just an all-around dope person. I want to welcome to the stage, as she is known as I am underscore Nay West. Welcome to the Sports Time Zone. Thank you for being here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Welcome to the Sports Time Zone, Nay, but you're not alone. You're not alone. Also joining us on the Sports Time Zone, he is my brethren. He is also a producer, a director, a sound test DJ, the one, the only, my brethren. He needs no introduction. He is also the CEO of Carib Life Media. He is also a member of Intervisions Productions. It warms my heart to bring back to the stage. He was here from New York. Now he resides somewhere else, parts unknown, but he is in the building. My brother, my brethren, and also the pops of TZ Day. Welcome back. Beware, bless up, my youth.
What's good with you?
Yeah, you like that intro I gave you though, brethren. Yeah.
And I was like, wow, I did all those things. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I do you justice, man. Appreciate both of y'all for being here today. Also, before we even get started, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Like I said, follow us on IG, Sports Time underscore zone. We got some really, really dope topics. We're gonna jump straight into it, yo, because I don't want to take up too much of my guest time. As I mentioned, let's get straight in. As I mentioned, my guest, Nay, she is, like I said, she's a mother also, in addition to all of the other great things that she is. So we want to make sure that she got some family time as well, too. But I'm going to jump right in and kick in the door, waving the fofo. Shout out to Smoker Section Podcast, my boy TT. Also, shout out to cousin Noomsi and out of building. Wagwan, cuz. Yo.
Yeah.
Here at the Sports Time Zone, we like to tackle some of the tough topics, some of the topics that a lot of other people don't like to touch. We're definitely not about offending nobody, but we also are about standing for what's right. And what's right is to bring awareness to some of the things that's going on in the world that don't necessarily get the news media coverage, the social media coverage, or just any coverage at all. For those of y'all who don't know, and a lot of you might not know because it wasn't highly publicized, last week, a student at Delta State University, which is in Mississippi, a young brother by the name of Trey Reed, was found deceased hanging from a tree somewhere near the football stadium on campus. Now, this is not something that I necessarily wanted to have to talk about, but it's something that I felt it's my responsibility and my duty with my platform to make sure I bring awareness to some of these things. Now, this brother was found hanging from a tree, as I mentioned, and the police and the coroner's office quickly did an autopsy and said that this autopsy found that there was no signs of struggle, there was no signs of fighting, there was no signs of any defense wounds. So they quickly deemed this to be a suicide. I don't know about y'all, but a brother hanging from the tree in Mississippi and suicide, nah, gonna make it.
No.
Uh, since this happened, and I'm glad you're here too, because I wanted to open up this dialogue for not only us men and
Mhm.
particularly black men, but also from a sister's perspective on the lack of media attention that this story is getting. And not only that, the lack of empathy or sympathy that it seems to be garnering from even our own people that we don't seem to be
Yeah.
hearing too much of. Now, when you first heard this story and when it first came to you, I'm gonna start with you and then I'm gonna pass the mic over to my brethren
Okay.
Beware.
Okay.
What was your initial thoughts of this? And when you heard about it being a suicide, you heard about it being in Mississippi, you heard about this brother being hung from a tree and being found that way. What were
Mhm.
your initial thoughts about it when it happened?
So first of all, my prayers and love out to his family. That's a horrible way to lose a loved one. So peace and love to them, and during this troubling time. But I first call bull crap. First of all, we're not hanging ourselves from no tree. We're not
Mm,
doing that.
yeah.
And second of all, in Mississippi, come on now, they still have sundown towns. That's a sundown state. Forget a town, a state. But I first heard that they said that he died in his apartment, his dorm room, is what they
Mm,
initially told the family. Then they found out later he was hung from a tree. So I definitely feel like that was a hate crime. And I hate to see this going on with our black men in America and the media not shedding light on this because they don't see it as something to talk about. We have no importance to them. We're not an
mm,
animal and we're not of their color, of their kind. So they're not going to shed any light on this. But
mm,
we have to change that narrative, us. So
yeah.
we have to throw it in their face all the time, like, hey, y'all can't do this to us. You can't do this to our black men. You guys are going extinct. So we have to be there to support y'all, to have y'all back, love on y'all, and be our advocate. This is
Mm,
horrible. It's
mm,
horrible. This is
yeah.
horrible.
This is
It's
music to my ears coming from you, Nate, because again, what I was kind of shocked by seeing and Beware, I want you to chime in on this, is
okay.
that uh, a lot of the lack of support and the lack of empathy and sympathy, like I said, came from our own people. I mean,
Yeah.
I see people more interested in posting about, the Kirk situation. They're talking about the ICE situation going on
Yes.
where people were, targeting people in an ICE detention center. I hear people
Right.
talking about Charlemagne and Dame Dash. I hear people,
Yeah.
everything else seems to be news
Right.
except for what's happening to us in our society and our community as black men.
Mhm.
So beware, my brethren, when you first heard about this story and this situation, just give me your thoughts on that. Plus, also shed a little bit of your thoughts on the lack of media attention that we're getting from some people in our own community. And how do you feel about this overall?
First of all, I want to say thank you for having me this evening. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here. Nate, thank you for joining us as well. I don't really
Thank you.
appreciate and respect what you had to say. It's always good to have our sisters present, that feminine energy. You can't create anything without that feminine energy. So,
Thank you.
with your presence. But there's a couple of lessons here that we can really that stand out to me. Um, I want to say shout out to my Caribbean family because I'm from Caribbean background also on my father's side, and the Caribbean and African family because there's this false belief that they are separated from us.
Mm,
And you didn't mention it earlier, but this young brother was from Grenada.
mm.
Oh.
Excellent point. Thank you for bringing
Oh.
that to the light.
He's from
Mm.
he's from a Caribbean island. He wasn't even born here, but that doesn't mean that you are excluded from that history, as we can tell. You know, there's a history that we don't even have to go into, but we can brush on it a little bit about lynching and hangings and the assassinations of black men specifically in Mississippi. There's a book called 100 Years of Lynching. by author by the name of J.A. Rogers. If you guys have never read it, and it's a very short, it's a good read, and it's a very short book, small book to read. And it goes through a history of all of the lynchings. It's just newspaper clippings. And you see a large proportion of those lynchings happen in Mississippi. And they were young black men and women also being hung from trees. So the historical significance of this situation is just outstanding. You know, it's like we can't ignore it. You can't ignore it. And
Right.
it kind of leads right into the second thing you asked me to speak on, which is the lack of media attention. As a black man in this country, one of the things my mother always taught me from the time I can remember, from the time I can speak, was that as a black man, this country sees you. You have two strikes against you. You're born black and you're born a male.
Yes.
So innately, you are a threat to America. So it's imperative that America keeps you in a position of servitude, keeps you in a position of their foot on your neck, keeps you in a position where you will never wake up to the truth of who you are. And when you look at black men, we're probably arguably, especially in my, humble observation, one of the least protected group in America. You know, America makes gazillions of dollars off of us, off of making stories about our lives and movies and documentaries and television shows and books, you name it. We're probably the most studied specimen throughout American history, throughout the history of the Western world. I mean, if you go overseas, you see all the scientific studies and all of the things that's done specifically on the black man. Even in America herself is guilty of those things. So when you see the lack of media coverage, how else do you deal with your enemy? You don't highlight the shortcomings and the horror stories and the trauma of your enemy. You skate, you go right over it. And let's make no mistakes about it. We don't own any of the media outlets, so we don't get to know what's talked about and what's mentioned. Thank God for this platform of social media where we can be able to have this conversation amongst ourselves and the world can take place, so we can really highlight these things. But there's nothing surprising to me. And when you talk about our people, our athletes and celebrities who are in position to bring light to stories such as this, this is just another demonstration of how disconnected we are, individually, collectively, generationally, socially, politically, and desensitized. Where you hear about the death of another black man, it's like, outside of you getting likes and views on your social media platforms, it really don't serve any purpose. There's no empathy or compassion for us.
Exactly. And what I wanted to jump in on that real quick. There has been one former athlete that has come forward. One, Colin Kaepernick, ironically, has stated that he's going to put up his own money to do his own independent autopsy on this fallen brother. Because you saw that, right, Nay? Because again, the autopsy was conducted by the officials in Mississippi, and they ruled so quickly that it was suicide. I mean, it was almost, you normally don't see an autopsy ruling that quick, but for them to come that fast and rule it as a suicide, that raised some eyebrows of a lot of people that have, at the ability to do something. In this case, Colin Kaepernick stepped forward to do that. And excellent points also on that, Beware. So, Nate, getting back to you on this, what do you think it is that can be done to bring more awareness? Because again, like I said, it's our own people. If we don't even find it important enough to bring it up, I can scroll through my Facebook right now, my IG, and scroll for pages and pages and pages and won't see anything about this story at all. But I'll definitely see Dame Dash. I'll definitely see Cardi B. I'll definitely see Pap and Clarissa. I would definitely see, Young Thug. Exactly. All this other stuff. And like the, when Kirk passed away and when this happened to him, when he was shot, you saw that dominating the news like we see right now. But again, for us, you don't really see too much of that. And I don't want to spend the whole show on this topic, because we got other topics too, but just give me your insight or input from a sister's perspective. what can be done to bring more awareness to when things happen to our black men, because it falls on deaf ears most of the time.
And I'm gonna take accountability for sisters because we could do better. Y'all need our support.
Mm,
If the world is against y'all, we have to be for you guys. You know what I
mm,
mean? And y'all are already, like he said, like your brother said, you guys are already fighting against being black and being a male in America. We as women need to be y'all support, y'all backbone, and be right there on the side of y'all, fighting and standing strong with you guys. I feel like what you're doing now, open up the platform. There's free platforms. There's TikTok. There's Instagram. There's Facebook. Instead of paying attention to all this other stuff that means nothing, let's come together and make a change. If we keep throwing it in their face, it can never be swept under the rug. We need to unite. We need to stand for our black men. When something like this happens, you're not going to give it a 5-minute talk on the news and that be it. No, you talk about Epstein and them files all day. You talk about, what's the guy, Kirk, all day. We don't want to hear all that. Because I bet you any money, what happened? Did this happen right after Kirk or before Kirk? Is this around the same time?
It was a little bit after. It was a little bit after the Kirk
So
situation.
how do we not know this isn't a group of white boys who did this because they are mad about what happened to Kirk, even though us black people didn't have any, or brown people, whatever you want to label us as, didn't have anything to do with it. But it could be just, oh, they're mad because their future leader was assassinated. You know what I mean? We have to stand together, and I agree with you. This is there's no excuse for this. It's no excuse.
Understood.
We need to come together, and we as women need to be there with y'all and be our support system, because this, as the feminine, we are running things now. This is the man's world. We get that, but right now, women are dominating everything. Politics, music, everything. If we start using our own platforms to push this in the forefront and have y'all back, we can start changing the narrative of all of this stuff. That's what I think we need to do.
Good. That's some good stuff.
Quit talking about it. Put some action behind it.
That's an excellent point.
Yeah.
Excellent point. And to piggyback on that, Beware. Hold on, my man TT from Smoker Sections chiming in. He said he don't even like them labeling it as an assassination. I 100% agree with you on that, T. Like, assassination should be reserved for people that have some type of stature or official position in life, or, you know, to an organization or an establishment. This, from what I understood, was someone who just had a very strong opinions on one side of the fence. So, you know, without disrespecting the dead or anything, I'm just gonna say I completely agree with you on that, T. But getting back to what you just said, Beware, if you could elaborate or give your insight on what Nay just said in terms of our women's role. What are our women in our community? What is their role in trying to help bring some of this to the forefront? Because as you and I have had many conversations offline, there's leaves a lot to be desired. I mean, I see a lot of sisters that stand up and fight for other organizations. You know, they'll stand up and fight for immigration rights. They'll stand up and fight for LGBTQ rights. They'll stand up and fight for women's liberational rights, for feminist rights, and all of this. But when it comes to us, I don't really see that same energy. Beware, just give us a little brief synopsis on how you feel about that, and then we'll chop it up and we'll go on to the next topic.
Man, you trying to get me canceled?
Nah. Hold on now. Before you even start, let's remember we still trying to get our numbers up. We ain't trying to go down, but we do have a responsibility to hold. It's about accountability. So give us your PG-13 version of how you feel about what Nay just said.
Oh man. I really truly believe I'm in 100% alignment with the sister. You know what she said, that they play a major role. I think I spoke to that earlier when doing the first segment. But she said some statements, you know, that I would like to address first. She said that, you know, that women run everything right, you know, and I really would be mindful of that statement. And the reason I'm saying that, because, you know, we're here in America. John, soon you're talking about here in America.
Right,
politics in different arenas, right? But you only allowed to do in somebody else's house what they give you access to do or permission to do. So to be in charge of the enemy's businesses, to be in charge of the enemy's institutions, to be in charge of the enemy's, and he may pay you decently to do that. When those resources aren't really ciphered back into your communities, into your families to better our situation, it's like, okay, we run it, but what's the result of you running it? Yeah, a bunch of BBLs and a bunch of fake press and billions of dollars on hair weave, where we got young brothers being hung from trees, and sisters that wouldn't even give that attention, but they got thirst traps all over Instagram so they can follow their OnlyFans page. I mean, I can go on and on about, what our sisters do on this platform versus really highlighting what's going on with their man. And it's unfortunate. And what I would like to see is that the Black women come into an understanding that we're in this together. There's no separation. Like, when I hear a lot of sisters talk about, I'm an independent woman, I really believe I need to get rid of that mindset. It's dangerous. It's non-African, non-Black. It doesn't support our journey or our history, because it gives the message that you separate and independent from everything, even us. And then you get up with your behavior online and your speech online. And you got to remember, people are watching. The world is watching this. So it's clear that there's a disjunction between the Black man and Black woman in America. And when situations like what happened to this young brother in Mississippi come up, it shows how ununified and unconnected that we are. So we need to use this as an opportunity to be able to, put them petty ass differences aside and really come together and address some things that we need to address. And our young brothers being killed, it is not something this is not the start of something. This is the continuation of a history that shows that we have in our lives have no value here in this country, specifically Black men. And I know other racial groups, specifically our sisters, there's a false narrative that's been peddled to our sisters that they are the least protected group, but that's directly in controversy to what the sister was just saying, because if they run in everything, how are they the least protective group? So let's make it make sense here. That's just a false narrative that's used to keep us separated, because I'm sure that every Black man that's on this panel right now, even a sister that he don't know, if she was in dire straits, he's going to step in and put himself in the line
without a doubt.
Know her. He may not be. So she's not the most unprotected. Now you talk about going online and speaking to that. Well, when you look online, we don't really have voices like our sisters do. Because we're not parading half naked with our genitals all over the place trying to get attention. So we don't really have the attention that they have, right? And I'm not saying that in a negative way, but I'm saying that in a way so that they can really pay attention to what your focus is on social media.
You cooking over here. You cooking, beware.
It's your focus.
So I think you think I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Just to get likes and shares and to talk about to vent your personal baggage on out in public, right? And that's what a lot of our folks do, men included. But our sisters seem to be the tip of the spear of that, where we could be focusing on situations like this. That's all I want to say.
Yeah.
Good point. Excellent point. Real quick, let me so we just got somebody else joining the conversation. Cousin Noopsy just tapped in. Well, I'll go on, cuz. Appreciate you for joining in. We got a couple more minutes on this topic. Go ahead and give us your input on what you've been listening to and what you wanted to chime in on.
Yeah, I was at work and I always jump in and tune in, but this was such a heavy topic and I felt like I just really wanted to get my in. I feel like education is important and it's lacking. And even though it comes across as one-sided, I kind of feel like it shouldn't just so much be stuck on mainly just cultural. And I'm not saying to minimize the us of it, but I feel like what's not being taught is the acts behind it. You understand what I mean by that? Like, yes, we have a young college student that was just found hanging from a tree. Yes, this man, Charlie Kirk, was found shot in front of his family and everything like that. It's what's happening within society around us. Evil is everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Jumping on what Pop said. First of all, I'm so glad you're on here because I feel like that's a voice that hasn't been heard, and that side needs to be heard. Bill, jump in and piggyback on what you said. Yeah, us as women, I feel it's important for us to give our insight and our education in raising our sons, but it's more so important for the fathers to be present and for us as mothers to allow them to be present.
Yeah, true.
And that, yeah, like what you just said, as far as walking in this ultra, I'm ultra feminist, and I'm gonna miss me with that. To this day, I ever believe that. I feel like there's no such thing as an ultra feminist woman, because there's some parts of us naturally where we do need our men to come in, because we complain about them not being in a picture. How we complain about them not being in a picture and we don't want them in the picture? You can't put in, and it's like there's voids everywhere. You understand? Put in these little fake prototypes of what we think men should be. And then when we get these things, we're not humble enough to receive them because we think we know more than what the position that God placed us in naturally.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And that's all I wanted to say. I love you. I just got off of work.
I see, because I appreciate you for chiming in, though. That was some really good, strong gems that you just dropped there. So thank you for your input on that. Yeah, that was dope. And anytime you want to pull up, you can pull up on us, and you can join anytime, because family is family. So it's good to have you on and giving your input on that. Yeah. To summarize, what everybody just said, I'm with that. I think a big piece of it is the relation between black men and black women. There's clearly a disconnect there. I just want the same energy. You know what I'm saying? I just want the same energy for the other things that ladies go hard for. Go hard for your job. You go hard for the career. Go hard for your education. Go hard for, your loved ones. But go hard for us too. Because like my brethren Beware said, we gonna be there. We gonna stand up and fight for y'all whenever it comes down to it. But we just don't see the same energy coming back towards us. Anything else any of y'all want to throw in there before I move to the next segment?
So I was talking about two different types of women. There's two different types of black women I was referring to. I wasn't talking about the BBL ones. I'm talking about the ones who are really for our brothers. So I just want to throw that out there. Don't think I'm some kind of strong feminist. It's a lot of work that can be done between black men and black women, but all I'm saying is that us women need to show y'all that we do need y'all. We love y'all, we support y'all, and without y'all, there wouldn't be any of us. So I don't roll with this whole we don't need a man movement. I do.
Okay.
I love black men. Y'all are the best things on this earth to me.
You see, I'm smiling, You got me and Beware smiling heavy on that one. That's
the
not
best
something
things, baby.
We don't hear that often coming from our women. Like that's something we rarely hear. So to hear you say that just make me light up like a Christmas tree right now.
I love y'all. Y'all are beautiful.
Oh,
love
man.
black men.
That's for all of y'all brothers out there. Y'all heard what she said, We are loved. We are valued, even if they don't show it sometimes. That's the feeling that I need. That's what I was going for. So I appreciate you for that, Nay. I appreciate Cousin Noopsy also for giving that insight on that. Yeah,
and thank you, Queen. Look, thank you, Queen, for jumping in.
Much love. Good stuff. Make sure y'all hit the like, make sure y'all hit the share, make sure y'all hit that subscribe. If there's anything else y'all want to add into this conversation, put it in the chat comments. Now, let's segue on to something else that's going on that happened in the world. I know it's a little hot over there. It's getting hot. And let's move on. And I'm glad I got Beware in here for this one, because he never been on our Out of Bounds show before. And what we like to do on Out of Bounds is we look at some of the most wildest, craziest news stories that's going on around the world. Now, my brethren is from New York, and in New York, recently, there was a woman who was attacked in a Dollar General store, not by a person, not by some UFO, but by a black bear. An actual black bear got into a Dollar General store and attacked a woman in New York. Without further ado, cue the beat, run the blood clot thing, and let's hear why I go on with that. No audio on that, Q.
Audio check 1, 2.
No audio?
Nah.
All right, hold on. Let me pull it up. Bear with me one moment.
Yeah, so apparently she's up in Dollar General just shopping, doing her little Dollar General duties, and then next thing you know, in walks a black bear. And again, in New York, I didn't even know there were bears in New York. I didn't know that was even
upstate New York.
I think this is upstate.
Yeah, it gotta be upstate. So it can't be
like Maine and stuff like that. It's definitely bears up here though.
Buffalo, Albany, Troy.
After it bit a woman inside a Dollar General store.
It happened in Vernon, New Jersey. Witnesses say the bear had been acting strange and was threatening people and pets. Nick Calloway has the wild video of the encounter.
This is not good.
No.
It's a menacing sight, the 175-pound female black bear roaming the aisles of the Dollar General in Vernon Township Tuesday afternoon.
Come on, come with me. Come on.
Sean Clarkin recorded this video on his cell phone as he lured the bear outside.
Why is he that close to the bear? Yo, hold on. Pause it right there, Q. Yo, how you that close to the bear? Yo, brethren. So you shopping in Dollar General or Walmart or something like that, and you turn down the aisle, and then you see one of these joints walking towards you like that. You pulling out your phone, talking about, come here. Like, what y'all gonna do in this type of situation?
That's one of mankind that's doing that foolishness right there. That ain't no human.
It can't be, yo. In New York, I guess, like you say, that's upstate New York, but
hear his voice. That's one of mankind's people. I mean, you know, when you see a bear, you already know what we're gonna do by the I'm gonna be filming with the zoom angle from way over there somewhere. Duke is like right there, like he can touch the bear.
Like he that close. And then look at the bear just casually just strolling through. Go ahead, Q. Let's hear a little bit more.
I bet she got bit by trying to touch the bear.
I'm sure.
I know.
Why would you even be that close to a bear for it to even like get close to you? I see a bear, I'm not shopping at that place ever again. Like I'm out the door and I'm done.
That's his bear. He was
out of there.
You say that's his bear?
That's his not walking bear.
The store. Clear the front of the store. There's people in the store. I would rather get the bear out of the store, have them follow me out.
New Jersey Fish and Wildlife say one woman in the store was injured by the bear and taken to the hospital. Several witnesses say the bear appeared sick, acting erratically along Route 94 for hours.
And then he might have rabies.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the bear looking like it's sick, and then you gonna get close enough to the bear? Like, why would you even be? I ain't saying that she deserved it, but come on, Sean. Like, yo, he ain't got no business even getting that close to the thing. And then you could tell that something's up with the bear. Look how she walking around like all just like droopy, like the bear's on some kind of dope or something. But
I'm saying 1, 2, 3,
the bear's on dope.
The bear on some
cocaine bear. The cocaine bear.
Okay, bear.
And then they had to euthanize the bear, so they put the bear down.
Police used rubber bullets to scare it into the woods, but the bear came back, threatening people and pets. It attacked Aaron Gladding's German Shepherd, Lucky.
They kind of like pawed at each other for a little bit. The bear got on top of him. My guys were outside, luckily enough. They got the bear distracted long enough to get my dog on a leash.
Lucky got lucky, but the bear had to be put down.
Yo.
Lucky got lucky.
Hey, yo, ain't no way no German Shepherd have a chance against no bear. Why would they even try to think that was going to be? You know, it's probably the kids. The kids probably brought the German Shepherd out. I was like, go get him. Go and get him. Go get him. Like, what you think that bear got on top of that dog and started rocking him? Like,
But who in their right mind would see a bear and think, let's touch a bear?
Yo, that dude lying. He said him and the bear was pawing.
That bear was whooping your dog ass.
He made it seem like it was a fair fight. Like, yeah, they were just pawing at each other. Nah, yo, that bear was over there giving your dog the business. Yo, like, that's it.
But what's interesting here, though? What's interesting is that these people, like, they really being patient with this bear.
Yeah.
Right? I watched this movie that was based on this real story about, and this feeds into our story, Kenneth Goldman. Kenneth Goldman was an elder that was suffering from a heart condition. We had one of them, it was alert things. So he was in his apartment one day. He was probably in his mid-70s, and he hit it by accident. And they came on the thing, said, "Hey, are you okay?" You always said, "No, I'm okay. I hit it by accident when I turned over my sleep." The police came there. I mean, they spent hours and hours to kick this man door. He said, "Look, I'm alone. I'm okay. I don't need your help." He's calling 911. He's calling the people saying, "Call him away." Long story short, they finally got into the apartment. And they end up killing this elder man.
Yeah, so, I heard that story.
See how mankind have more patience with wild animals than they do with black men.
With human, yeah, no, that's a good point. That's a good point. That's true. They're true. They love more. They got more love for the bear, clearly, in this case, because look how patient they were. Now they did eventually euthanize the bear, apparently. Q, let's go a little forward more and let's finish this out.
That's he attacked the dog.
That's the only reason.
My heart just sank. I got tears in my eyes. I'm tearing up now thinking about it.
They're sad that the bear is euthanized.
She's tearing up.
I asked the cop, was that just a tranquilizer or did you have to shoot him? And he said we had to shoot him. And I just started crying.
The bear didn't even have a gun.
Yo, so she started crying and she was weeping because you know what? I wonder if she was weeping about Mississippi.
Heck no, you know that. What?
I know. I just had to throw that out there. I know good and well.
Only in America would you see some crap like this.
Yeah, nah, that's crazy. Hey, Q, finish out. Let's go to the end of this clip. Finish this out because, this is just insane.
Nick Calloway, CBS News, New York.
Well, the New Jersey Division of Fish and Wildlife says it to never approach bears. And if you do come across one, remain calm, back away.
Yeah, so that's crazy. I ain't getting close enough to no bear for that even to be an issue. If I see a bear, I'm going the other way. I ain't even calling the police on the bear. I ain't even finna snitch on the bear. I'm just gonna be out. Like, I ain't calling Babylon. I ain't doing nothing. I'm just out. I made it. The bear is good. He ain't mess with me. I ain't mess with the bear. So we good. Yeah, but that's an insane story.
Man, now, that's crazy.
Going from
the black people were having a picnic and the bear came and ate their food. You gotta check that one out.
That's when I gotta look that up.
It was like, he eating our food. They was like, get on out of here, bear.
The bear's invited to the barbecue because it had to be a black bear.
Yeah, it was a black bear, and ain't nobody get close to that bear. They was like, man, he gonna eat what he gonna eat because we ain't getting close to it. That's for sure.
Pure insanity, yo. Pure insanity. Now, going from a bear situation to another situation. Now, I never seen an emotional support bear before. I haven't seen an emotional support. There's all kind of emotional support animals out there nowadays, apparently. Now, in this particular story that we about to get into next, this man had an emotional support pet that no one has ever seen someone have an emotional support animal of. He's in Walmart with his emotional support pet, and Walmart told him, you can't bring that in here no more. And I know y'all wondering, what kind of pet was this he had? Ladies and gentlemen, he had an emotional support alligator. He had an emotional support alligator on a leash in Walmart. Yo, you gotta see it to believe it. Cue the beat, run the clip.
Wait till they see who it is.
I didn't think that I would actually own an alligator ever. It's been really kind of incredible.
Wesley Silva got his pet alligator 4 years ago from a neighbor who got her.
Look alligator looking though, yo, brethren, look. put a sweater and a hoodie. He put a hoodie. Yo, rest in peace, Trayvon Martin. He put a hoodie on the bear.
He looks like the dude from Mario. What's his name? King Cooper? Look at him at the end that spits that fire at you. That's what he looks like. Look at his face.
Wow.
This made him mad, man. He don't want to be there, man.
Yeah, people do anything for likes.
Anything.
It was a gift. When they weren't able to care for her anymore, they asked Silva if he'd be interested.
I did some research. I have kids of my own, and I didn't want to put anybody in jeopardy. And after some research, I was like, you know what?
That's a turtleneck.
I'll take her.
Since then, they've been everywhere.
We've gone to restaurants. We've been to Denny's where she's a star there. She gets VIP treatment.
That boy take the gate to the Denny's.
No black man want no damn alligator as no pet. Get the hell out of here. That shit is AI.
Okay.
He said that's AI.
As far as we gonna go, we might get a ferret or a damn guinea pig, or you might have some parakeets or some shit. Not no parrots. Maybe even a parrot. You ain't getting no damn alligator because they eat people and shit.
I was just about to say, why would you want an emotional support animal that can possibly eat you? What is going on here?
Yeah, I'm not convinced.
What? He needs a check. He needs a check. Something's wrong with him. He needs more than emotional support. Yeah.
I'm having a hard time believing it too, Q. Let's see what else they got to say.
We've been out to Bob Evans. We've been out to the Wagon Wheel in West Brownsville.
Silva says she always got a warm welcome. That is, until nearly 2 weeks ago, when some shoppers at the West Brownsville Walmart reached out to Channel 11 about an alligator shopping in Walmart with its owner.
It's been very...
The alligator was shopping.
With his owner.
You see the foolishness?
This is wild, yo. This is the type of stuff like people would do for the attention, yo. Because they know.
Look how long the story is, man.
Yo.
31 seconds. And we have yet to see a clip about this young brother. He put up a picture of the young brother. Come on, man. So this is what about.
Look how long the tail is, yo. Look how long.
What type of mental capacity could you have to want to make this a pet? Like, I would be scared that it would turn around and bite my head off. How comfortable in the brain? I don't get it. I'm not getting it.
And they're always.
I'm not getting it.
And the messaging behind this. It's okay that they will highlight a black man doing some foolishness like this.
Straight foolishness.
Yeah.
Straight foolishness.
Well, coonery. This is coonery. This is step fetch it. That's what this is. Look at him, like with a big pink shirt on. Alligator on it. Yo, come on.
That look like he got like a pink little bow around the alligator and everything, yo. This is insanity.
Very positive, and I was really taken back by that.
While Silva says Jinsey Oshie is registered as an emotional support animal, it's not allowed at Walmart. After our story, Walmart sent this statement saying in part, quote, "We welcome service animals in our stores, but it is unacceptable to expose members of the public to potential danger. Accordingly, alligators are not permitted on our premises." Silva says he's upset, but understands. He says he'll continue taking her wherever she's welcome.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I'm with Beware on this one, yo. I don't buy it. That looked kind of crazy. It might just be a story that they just put just for the likes and the the attention.
For giggles, yeah.
Yeah, because that's wild. I don't see. I mean, if I was to go in Walmart and see somebody with a alligator on a leash, yeah, I'm gonna have to call bullshit on that. So that's crazy.
Baba Heru, rest in peace. Baba Chanu, he passed away the day before yesterday. And for all those
rest in peace.
They can talk about that and how significant this brother was to the black community as a whole, but the Osiris Set community and the conscious community. The concept of the unk. He was making everybody used to walk around with those handmade unks and talked about the history and the significance of ancient Kemet in Egypt. This brother, Baba Heru, who was also the husband of Queen of Four. He just passed away. So rest in peace, Baba Tanu. Love you, we miss you, we appreciate you. That's something they should have on the news. Not no man with no alligator.
Yeah, that's crazy insanity. Appreciate you for that, brethren, and bringing light and attention, light and progress. Bye to noon. I share. Now, like we always like to do, we start off the show real serious. We start, we got some weird topics, but then we always like to close out with something positive. We always like to close with positive energy and a positive story. So in this final story, in this last topic that we got lined up for y'all, there was a kind act, or an act of kindness that was done, and it didn't go unnoticed and it didn't go unrecognized. There was a situation where a man was down on his luck. He had to go to a pawn shop to pawn some items just so that he could pay his light bill. And the way that he was rewarded for his kind act turned everything around for him. Q, let's run this last clip and let's see what we got going on with this one.
Detroit man gets the surprise of a lifetime, and now his life is changed for the better.
Yeah, he was down on his luck, but a chance encounter with a social media influencer undercover quickly turned things around. Fox News' Scott Wolchak with the story.
Oh my God. A life-changing gift of $100,000 and a new car.
Oh my God.
I'm just blessed. I'm truly blessed. For Curtis Dixon, it all started with a simple act of kindness.
Could you help me stand up by any chance?
Help you stand up?
Yeah. Thank you, bro.
Ready?
Yeah, 1, 2. Bless you, sir. Thank you.
You okay?
I'm okay.
This is Curtis helping a man who he thought was blind. But what he didn't know, this is actually Zach, better known as MD Motivator, an influencer with millions of followers. Curtis was about to pawn his wedding ring at American Jewelry on loan to afford his electric bill. Zach asked him if he could lend him a few dollars.
All right, so good pause right there, Q. So I know many times I done walked in places and I'm trying to just go and get what I'm trying to get, and it's always somebody standing outside the store or outside the gas station or whatever. How many times we all been there and somebody asked us for something, but we might not have it. So we just like, hey, I ain't got it. I'm just gonna keep walking or act like you don't hear him or whatever the case is. If you got something, you'll give it to him. But this case, this brother, he actually went into his pocket and help somebody out when he was down to his last. And this don't happen too often. Have you ever been in a situation like that, Nate, where you going somewhere and you see somebody who's in need and you might be down to your last, but
Yeah, I did that. I was, me and my girls was going home. We was on the side of the highway. I don't know, Texas got to think about homeless people hiding under the highways, but I saw this guy out there and I had my last $5 in my pocket. And somebody just told me to give it to him, and I gave it to him. And I just said, I gave him my leg shot, but we don't get it back. And we survived. I don't know. Just told me to do it, and I did.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I used to be one of them people. I was like, yo, I can't give you nothing right now. But I have nothing to blood clot give you right now. Especially, if it's someone of a different, hue or whatever, I'm like, yo, what is your excuse? Like, how are you asking me for money? You were put in a position in this country to do way better than me. And here it is. The roles have reversed to where you asking me for bread. So I'm the one that'll quickly just walk past the situation and act like I ain't even see it. But yeah, go ahead, Q.
I'll have a couple bucks when I come out here. I'm going to find my wedding ring, man. But I just shut up yesterday, man. But I'll have a couple bucks. Are you sure? Yeah, I'll give you a couple bucks.
Thank you, man. Bless you.
All right.
And when Curtis returned,
he tells me he's not blind. I'm like, whoa. So I'm testing him. I said, how many fingers? He says 2. After that, my life just changes.
A few days later, Zach and Curtis met again to return the kind favor. First, $5,000 for his lights. Then, American Jewelry and Loan threw in $2,500, and then they revealed a new car. The final surprise, $100K. Ray.
Bomba clot.
Man. You got $155,000.
Man.
Just
got involved.
Just for giving this dude some spare change.
No, he didn't give him no money. He just hooked him up, right? He didn't give him no money.
He went back in after he said he was gonna pawn his ring. He was gonna let him borrow a few bucks after he pawned his ring.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's wild. So he was going. This again. That's love. This shows the generosity of our people, though. Going back to, and this is a black man. This is a brother. who couldn't even pay his light bill. And that's that's one thing about our people. We are some of the most forgiving, sympathetic, generous people that you will find on this planet. It rarely gets reciprocated back to us. But this brother, go ahead, Beware.
That's that melanin, baby. That's that melanin. Melanin gives us connection to the universe. Everything has melanin in existence on the planet. Everything except one thing. I ain't got to tell you what that one thing is.
We are. No, I already know what that is, brethren. Yeah. So again, this brother was on his last, dog. Like, he didn't have nothing. He didn't even have his light bill money, and he came out and did this. So you never know, yo. You never know what your act of kindness could lead to. And I'm sure he wasn't doing it to try to get no 100,000. He was just doing it because he thought this man was blind and the man needed some change.
125. You got 125,000.
125,000, yo.
But sometimes your intuition to tell you so. It might have been something in his spirit that told him to do it. You know, like sometimes your spirit will tell you just to do something, and you just react without even thinking. I know I do. Sometimes the spirit just move me, like, do it.
That's a good point.
Raised by people all over the world.
Oh my God. We need more people like Curtis in this world. And everyone can do the small acts, because the small acts are what matters. That's where all this money came from, was everyone that had a small amount that they could give wanted to give to you because they felt your heart.
You watch Zach, and he gives away tens of thousands, if not millions of dollars, life-changing to these people, and it's just so wonderful. You know, when we walked outside, I was crying because it brought out such emotion, and the love that they get with each and every one of Zach's giveaways, it's undescribable.
And I keep asking him why he helped. Why'd you help me?
Because God told me to help you.
Hey, that's what you said, Nay. That's what you said, Nay. You said something in him, the spirit moved. He said God told him to do it. Like,
it just happens like that sometimes.
We have that third eye. That comes with our, you know, our makeup, our spirituality. We have that third eye to be able to see that, like, yo, I need to move. I need to take action. And this is Detroit. And Beware, I know you got some history in Detroit, so you know this is a Metro Detroit, man, and I know the conditions for a lot of people in Detroit. They ain't really got a lot of bread up there like that, you know. So
I gotta jump in here because I have a little bone to pick with Time Zone Dave, because he live in Detroit, and I know he lives right by that pawn shop, and he missed this guy. And that could have been his 125.
Yo, TV Dave, if you watching, and I know you gonna watch this on the rerun. If you ain't watching now, you heard what Pop said. You missed that 125K.
You got to help people, TZ.
Sleeping on the job, man.
Shout out to my co-host TZ Dave. Y'all catch him on Tuesday nights on the sports shows. But nah, man, this is a beautiful story. I love to hear it. I wish it was Time Zone Dave. Like, that would have been great for the podcast. We'd have had new furniture up in this thing. We would have had like a whole different little background.
Our own network, everything.
Had our own network. We would have had we would have been cooking. Dave, you missed this, man. It's Detroit. Oh man, finish this out, Q.
And he's no stranger. I mean, I would do it for you. I would do it for anybody else.
1, 2, 3.
In Detroit, Scott Walchek, Fox 2 News.
Wow, man, that was a dope story, man. I love to close the story on those type of. Clap it up for the brother from Detroit, Q. Let's get some applause for him, because again, appreciate that. That's a beautiful story. Oh man. Now, boy, that hour always goes by fast when we be in here cooking. Yo, Beware was cooking, man. He cooked up a whole meal. Nay, you up in here cooking. You provided all of the condiments and all of the dressings and the trimmings. Beware had the encore. The man, it was a beautiful thing, man. I love to see this, and I love to have y'all here. Before we close out the show, we always like to do this. We want to go around and give Everybody 2 minutes. Right, 2 minutes to give your parting words, your final thoughts, anything you want to bring awareness to, anything you want to bring conscious to, anything you got going on right now that you want people to know about. Just let us know. We're going to start with the lady, the queen, Nay, you in here. Go ahead and give us your last 2 minutes. Anything you want to plug or get off, let loose.
So first of all, I'm going to thank you guys for inviting me to your platform. I had a ball, and I love the dialogue and the topics tonight. It was fun, yet entertaining, and yet informative. So it was, thank you for that. I think I want to just end it all, and I don't really have nothing going on right now, y'all. I used to go live on my Facebook too, but I kind of paused because I'm in a transition from one city to another, so I will start those back up, but I will come back and let y'all know. But I just want to end it out with just saying love is the highest frequency. Let's try to love on each other and support each other and be there for each other in any way we can. And, you know, like I said, just try to stick together. That's the only thing I got to say. I don't want to take 2 minutes. It's just simple. Right. Let's just love each other.
That's what's up. I appreciate that, Queen. Thank you for that input. Let's love on each other. Harmony, peace, and love. And let's keep the black men and black women relationship real strong. My brethren, beware. 2 minutes. Anything you want to get off, go on and let the people them know right now.
Well, I'd like to send condolences out to the family of Brother Reed, who was murdered in Mississippi recently. Condolences. I pray that they get justice for their loss. I pray that this situation really wakes up our people. You know, there's been so many losses, but hopefully this one isn't in vain. You know, black men and black women really put aside the petty differences and really hear what the other one is saying. Get that third voice out of the conversation. You know, that third voice, all of those influences, those distractions, and all of those things that really support us and move us in a negative way in terms of our relationship and our ability to connect with each other. Black men and black women, we need each other. We can't do this without each other. There's just no way that we can do it without you, and there's no way that you can do it without us. So, you know, let's put aside the differences. Let's raise our children properly because they need us. They're dying in the streets. Our women, they need us. Our elders need us. Our young warriors need us. Our young women need us. We, you know, it's across the globe. You know, all of the condition of our community. Clearly, there's a cry for our unity and for our healing to move past those things that keep us separated and distracted and keep us disconnected from the loss of this young brother. And for bringing voice to that and for speaking to it. So I wanted to say, you know, shout out to everybody that's doing this work, whatever platform they may have, that's really moving our people forward, that's making our ancestors proud, because so many died for us to be able to be here. So our life is their biggest dream come true. You know, they never could imagine them on television or platforms, you know, what we're doing right now. We have that ability, so we have to keep them alive through what we do, representing them in everything that we do. Particularly when we're addressing the ills that address our community. So I know I said a lot. Thank you for having me. Brother Noopsy knows always never Buddha Booyah, but she say, yo, QTB,
boy, yeah.
Keep doing what you're doing, son. Sister Nay, love the energy, love the vibe, love the wisdom. Thank you. EDZ, we missed that 125, man.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, indeed. Just to really piggyback off that, I'm gonna give my little 2 minutes and then I'm gonna let Q close us out. But yeah, I just wanted to, you know, kind of re-emphasize and highlight my condolences to the brother Trey Reed, who lost his life in Mississippi due to a hanging. I just want more awareness on this. I would love to see more of our people bring these kind of issues to the forefront. I know, you know, we go hard for all kind of other things when it comes to other groups and other sectors, but let's just keep the same energy when it comes to us black men. I feel like us black men are the most ignored, the most pushed to the side, pretty much the bottom of the totem pole in this country. And if we just had a little bit more support and a little bit more love from our sisters and from some of our other brothers, then things would be a lot better for us. And at least we would not feel as though we are so alone out here and that we really don't have anybody watching our back. It's hard enough being who we are as it is, but then when we feel abandoned by our women, when we feel like our women don't even have our back in our toughest, roughest times of need, when we really need somebody to be there for us, and when we look to our left and look to our right, we don't see her there, that's where the problem begins. And that's where the division begins as well. So sisters, don't abandon your men. Men, protect your women to the fullest. That's all I got. Cue the beat. Take us home. No audio, Q.
Just pretty much y'all be safe. Sad what happened, but you know, we just want to bring awareness to everybody, but you know, about what's going on out there in the world with us. We gotta stick together, y'all. We really don't want to put ourselves in a beef with the male versus female thing, because I believe in our culture we never had that problem before. Because I never remember that being a problem with us until social media became popular. I think we kind of put ourselves in that little male versus female thing, and black people, we need to get ourselves up out of that, because none of that stuff has nothing to do with us. I don't know no black CEOs that's giving women less wages. You know, I don't know none of that. It ain't even a lot of black CEOs in America. So a lot of that stuff don't even concern us as black people. So we need to kind of get out of that and focus on our own stuff within our community. So y'all just be safe out there, man. Love one another, and you know, hit that like, share, subscribe. Follow us on SportsTime_Zone. Yeah.
That's right. Make sure y'all hit that like. Make sure y'all hit that share. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe. Follow us on SportsTime_Zone. This was a very, very informative, dope episode. If y'all did not catch the whole thing on live, please go back and watch it on YouTube in its entirety. This was one of the best episodes that we have done. And, you know, we can't ignore the big topic. So appreciate everybody for joining us. For Nay, let me say it right. For I am _Nay West. Also for my brethren, Beware, and my producer, Q the Beat, I am Brother Nunsi. This is the Sports Time Zone. Make sure y'all tune in every Tuesday for sports topics, every Wednesday for Out of Bounds, Saturdays for the underground music. We are old. Good show.